I still remember the way you looked at me, like you were trying to read a language you almost understood. You stood there, one hand in your pocket, half smile, half question, as if you were asking both of us what came next. The streetlight flickered above us like it already knew the answer. We were too scared to touch. We laughed about nothing for hours, but underneath every joke was a question. Neither of us was brave enough to speak. You brushed your shoulder against mine, not enough to start anything, but just enough to make me freeze and wonder if you felt it too. There were days you looked at me like I was the only steady thing in your life, and nights you talked about dreams you never told anyone else. And I listened, God, I listened to every plan you wanted to make, every road you wanted to run away, to every fear you tried to hide behind sarcasm. I still remember the way you looked at me, like you were trying to read a language you almost understood. You stood there, one hand in your pocket, half smile, half question, as if you were asking both of us what came next. The streetlight flickered above us like it already knew the answer. We were too scared to touch. We laughed about nothing for hours, but underneath every joke was a question. Neither of us was brave enough to speak. You brushed your shoulder against mine, not enough to start anything, but just enough to make me freeze and wonder if you felt it too. There were days you looked at me like I was the only steady thing in your life, and nights you talked about dreams you never told anyone else. And I listened, God, I listened to every plan you wanted to make, every road you wanted to run away, to every fear you tried to hide behind sarcasm. You'd say, I don't know why I tell you things, and I'd just shrug, pretending it didn't mean the world, that you trusted me with pieces of you you didn't show to anyone. We walked side by side, close enough to touch, far enough to stay safe, and everyone else saw it, the invisible thread between us. They smiled when we sat together, rolled their eyes when we denied it, but we were too careful, too afraid, too late. We were almost something, almost a story, almost a beginning, almost a love that could have changed everything. You were almost mine, I was almost yours. We were standing on the edge of something that felt like destiny and disaster all at once. We were almost something, and maybe that's the part that hurts the most, that almost can feel like a loss, even when nothing officially ends, because I swear in another life we would have been real. There was that night you leaned your head on my shoulder like it was the most natural thing in the world. I didn't breathe for a full minute, afraid if I moved I'd break the moment, break you, break us. You whispered, I wish things were different, and I felt everything we weren't brave enough to say, crashing through the silence. But we didn't change anything, we didn't try, we just let the night in like it was any other night, even though we both knew it wasn't. After that we drifted, not because we wanted to, but because we were too scared of wanting more. You pulled back, I let you, I told myself if you needed me you'd come back. You told yourself if I wanted you I'd say something, but silence is a terrible matchmaker, and timing is a thief. The calls got shorter, the conversations thinner, until we were just two people who used to share everything. Two people pretending other one would fight. Maybe we were waiting for a sign, a push, a miracle. But miracles don't happen when fear gets there first. We were almost something, almost a confession, almost a kiss, almost a future we were too scared to claim. You were almost the person I told everything to. I was almost the one who stayed. We were almost the story I still think about when the night is too quiet for pretending. We were almost something, and that almost follows me around like a ghost of what could have been. Sometimes I imagine a version of us who didn't hesitate, who didn't run, who didn't let fear decide for them. In that version, you take my hand and don't let go. In that version, I tell you I want you without waiting for a safer moment. In that version, we try, really try, instead of letting the moment pass like it didn't matter. But that's not the world we lived in. In this world, you're a lesson, a memory, a soft ache in my chest when I think about how close we were, everything we didn't become. I saw you the other day, laughing with someone new. You look lighter, brighter, like someone who finally learned to let people in. And I'm happy for you, I really am. But a tiny part of me whispered that could have been me. Not out of jealousy, but out of recognition. Recognition that the connection we had wasn't imagined, wasn't one-sided. It just wasn't enough. We were almost something, almost love, almost the beginning, almost the kind of story people write songs about. You were almost my favorite chapter. I was almost yours, and sometimes almost feels louder than anything real. We were almost something, but almost isn't a promise, almost isn't forever, it almost isn't enough to stay. But you were a beautiful almost, the kind that lingers, the kind that teaches, the kind I'll never forget. So here's to what we were and everything we weren't. Here's to the almost that still echoes when I think of you. We never became something, but God, we were close. And maybe that's why